Hi there, Joanna Nagler here for Senior Stretch. And today we're going to work on some different stretches than we've worked on before. So first of all, if you have sensitive knees, please grab just a regular old hand towel from the bathroom, fold it in half, and plant your knees hips distance apart. So notice the difference between hips distance, right? This is not hips distance. This is not hips distance. We just want the outer edge of the hip line, okay? So that you feel nice and steady on the towel. From here, we're gonna cock the toes and lean back into the toes just a little bit. So we're stretching the feet. And then lean forward just a bit, tops of the feet on the floor. Then cock the toes one more time and ease yourself back just a little bit. Come on over, plant your hand. If you don't need the towel, you can remove it. All right, we're gonna come right up into what's called a side angle stretch. So we're gonna take the right leg out and flex the foot. So notice not this and not this, but a bent ankle and the edge, the interior edge of the foot on the floor. Then I'm gonna walk myself up to a standing position. Right hand on the hip, left arm comes up. I'm gonna take a real reach with the left hand. Right arm comes down the leg. Look up at your hand if you can. Now coming out is important. You want to put your hands down first, then move your knees. Walk yourself into a simple child's pose, knees out, toes in, forearms down. Let your face come down to the floor and just rest. If this is too intense for you, you can come up on a forearm triangle position. So notice that the equilateral triangle position is nice and sturdy. So I'm going to keep my elbows under my shoulders and I'm going to use my forearms to push back into the child's pose form. Then again, I'm going to plant my hands, bring my knees in, and I'm going to set up with my hands on the floor. So I'm going to take the left leg out, flex the foot, come on up to a standing position or upright position. Take the left arm down the thigh, take a real reach with the right fingertips so the fingers are wide. You can even drop your head and neck if you like. Plant your hands before you move to protect your knees, and then come right back into that child's pose form. You're either coming down in a forearm position in a triangle shape, or you're pressing all the way down to the floor with elbows down, or up. Up is more intense. Then come on up. Again, you're going to set your knees wide. Whenever we set our knees wide, we don't want to let our toes come in. Our feet should be lined up with our knees. And if this doesn't feel sturdy enough, then again, cock your toes. You'll get a little more support. From here, we're going to take our hands to the middle of our back, look up, and drop the head and neck back. All the way up, nice and easy. So this is a little bit tricky, so pay attention to the form. Don't let your shoulders come forward. Your shoulders stay stable. You take your left arm out, take the arm across. You're going to hang onto the tricep and pull the arm over to the right, getting a nice stretch across the shoulder cuff. Fingers are wide on the left hand. Then let go. Notice I'm not letting my shoulder pull forward. So I'm going to extend the arm, keep the shoulder back, take the arm across, hang on to the tricep or the back of the bicep, and draw that arm over. Come on out, shake out the wrists a little bit, intertwine the fingers, again with your ankles lined up with your knees. Ease yourself lightly back. You don't have to come back as far as me, just come back as far as your body likes to move back. Plant the hands, we'll go right to a cat-cow, so sway, inhale, arch, exhale, you're looking at the belly button. Sway, inhale, and arch, exhale. If you want to add the feet, cock the toes, sway, inhale, flatten the feet and exhale. And one more time, cock the toes and sway, and exhale, arch. Walk yourself right into a child's pose. Ease yourself lightly back. Press your weight back with your hands or your forearms. Come on up. We're going to do a very simple but interesting shoulder stretch. So I'm in all fours. I'm going to let my left arm with the palm up drop under my right arm and lay down on the shoulder. Notice I keep my left fingertips wide, and you lean in with your body weight into that shoulder. It takes you into a really nice stretch across the upper back. And then push out of that right hand to come up. You find all fours again. And you drop that right arm under the left and lean in. Take as much as you like. It's your body in relation to your body. Come on out. Other side. We're going to take the left arm under. Drop into the pose. If you want to go deeper, once you're settled, you can take your forehead to the floor. That'll deepen the stretch. Press on up. Notice how I'm keeping my fingers wide. Drop that right hand under the left arm. Lean in. If you want to go deeper, take the forehead to the floor. Then going right into Balasana, we're going to bring the knees together. Walk the hands back to the knees. Press the forehead to the floor and drop the hands, top of the hands to the floor. So the function of this is to let the shoulders fall out of the socket and let the knees stretch. Also let the muscles of the face come down toward the floor. Let go. Then walk yourself all the way up. We're going to come right down to the floor on all fours. Walk yourself down nice and easy. Take your hands way, way back. So this is going to be new for some of you. You're going to want to do this or this. The hands should never be next to the breast line, and they should never, never be above the breast line. That's just too much pressure on the shoulder tendons. So if you're female, find your underwire line with your thumbs, and then bring your hands back about an inch or two. Guys, it's mid-ribs. The palm is connected to the floor. The crease of the wrist is under the elbow. The feet are as wide as your mat, or a couple feet apart. Elbows stay in and graze the side of the ribs. Bend your elbows to get deeper into the back. All the way down to the floor. Take your chin to the floor and your hands into fists. Massage the low back. So one more time, your instinct is going to be to put your hands here or here. Don't do it. Walk them way back here. So the crease of the wrist is under the elbows and the elbows never splay out. The elbows graze the side of the ribs as you come up, and the weight moves from the hands to the biceps to the back. All the way down. What we're doing by doing that is protecting the shoulder tendons. From here, we're going to intertwine the fingers, draw the shoulders back. Now, if you feel really strong here, you can point the toes and lift them. Drop the feet all the way down to the chin, hands into fists. One more time with the up dog. Find that position with the hands way, way back, or you can think of it as the palm at least one hand length lower than the line of the breast. Elbows in, come on up. Then gently walk yourself back into a child's pose. If you want the most intense child's pose, it's called an active child's pose. The fingers are wide, the elbows off the earth, and the forehead comes down to the earth. Then nice and easy, walk yourself up to an all fours position, and we're going to take the right foot forward. But notice as we do that there's an angle between the right ankle and the knee. So I'm creating a nice solid balance position here. I'm going to take my forearms on my thigh and press into the right hip. So notice I'm not on my knee, I'm on my thigh. Then unwind, fingertips or palms to the floor, walk that knee back. Other side, you're going to step up, create an angle between the knee and the ankle. Ankle's always under the knee, forearms on the thigh, and then press into that hip. And then nice and easy, we're going to go to a deeper form of that. If your hips are not particularly flexible, you can do the one that we just did again, or you can do this one. Come on up. Again, that angle between the ankle and the foot. I'm going to plant my hands or fingertips and come up to a high lunge. From the high lunge, I'm going to drop to the left kneecap, and notice I'm going to slide from here to here on the kneecap. Top of the foot to the floor and slide forward just a bit. So I'm rolling the pressure off the top of the kneecap a little bit more here. And then from here, either fingertips down or forearms on the thigh. Keep the weight in the right foot and the right thigh, not the left kneecap. Then unwind, hinge over the right leg, flex the foot, bow in and take as much stretch as you like in the right hamstring. All the way out, we're going to come into that form on the other side. So a big angle between the right ankle and or left ankle and the right knee. Palms down or fingertips, you're going to come up to a high lunge and hold that lunge. Then drop to the right knee. Notice how my shin stays perpendicular. I don't want to get to here, that's too much. Top of the right foot, slide forward off the kneecap, adjust that foot if you need to so the shin is parallel. Come on up with forearms on the thigh, not the knee. Then nice and easy, fingertips to the floor or palms. Hinge over the left leg, flex your foot, bow in. Come on down to the floor, walk yourself into a child's pose. Come on up, walk yourself gently to standing, so safe standing position, palms on the floor. Walk yourself into a squat, hands on the hips, pause in the L pose as you straighten the legs a little. Take an isometric pull between the thighs. Pull between the thighs, it keeps the weight out of the back. Thanks for joining me on Nagler Senior Stretch, and there'll be more to come.